Hi, this is the CAD/CAM Lessons channel. In this video, I will talk about creating sketches in FreeCAD. FreeCAD is a fully free 3D modeling software. We can use this program, for example, to prepare models for 3D printing or to prepare 3D models for posting on various websites where 3D printing models are available. FreeCAD can be used commercially and it is completely free software that anyone can use freely. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new content. And if you'd like to support my work and treat me to a virtual coffee, you can find all the details in the description below. Thank you for your support. Now I will switch to FreeCAD and say a few words about creating a sketch. Generally, when it comes to 3D modeling in 3D CAD systems, we often work in a way that we create 3D models based on sketches. A 3D model can be built in stages, which means we can use several or dozen of sketches to create a single 3D model. We don't have to create a 3D model based on a single sketch. We can build the model based on multiple sketches and several operations. This method of 3D modeling in FreeCAD is available in the Part Design module. And to start a new project in this module, we click the Parametric Part button. And here we create 3D models based on 2D sketches. When it comes to creating a sketch, we start by creating a sketch on one of the basic planes of coordinate system. After selecting the Create Sketch command, we are given the option of the basic planes of coordinate system, the XY plane, XZ plane and YZ plane. I will start by choosing the XY plane and I will create a sketch on this plane. I will create a rectangle here to have some reference to these sketch planes, and based on this rectangle I will create a solid shape. And we will create a cube. Okay, this cube will be just a reference cube. Now I will select the sketch creation again. This is what the sketch planes look like. These are the basic sketch planes, and even though I have already used the XY plane for the first sketch, in the next stage of creating the 3D solid, I can also use this plane or another plane. If I choose the XY plane, it will again serve as the sketch plane and I can create another part of the 3D solid. Just here in FreeCAD, pay attention to the fact that when you are creating another part of the 3D solid, the sketch of the next part should at least touch the previous part of the solid. It can slightly overlap the previous part, but it should not extend outside the solid fragment, because now I cannot create a new solid based on such a sketch. This is because working in the part design workbench involves creating the body, and this body describes a single individual solid. In one project we can have several bodies, but in one body we create one individual solid. Therefore, if you want to create another part of the solid, the next part should at least touch or slightly overlap the previous part of the solid. Now, based on this sketch, I can create the next part of the solid. As you can see, in the first stage of creating this solid, I created a sketch on the XY plane, and in the next stage, I also created a sketch on the XY plane. Now, if I want to create another sketch, I can choose another plane, and on this next plane, I can create another sketch based on which we will create the next part of the solid. And so, step by step, we can build the 3D model. However, sometimes there may be a situation where we want to create a sketch on another plane than the basic sketch plane. One of the ways to create a sketch in a different location is to use a face of the solid. We can use a face of the solid as the sketch plane. For example, I will select this face, and now I can create a sketch on this face, and this face will be the sketch plane. Here I can create another part of the 3D solid. Okay, and now you see that this sketch is placed on the face of the solid and I can create another part of the solid. Furthermore, the face of the solid used for creating the sketch doesn't have to be perpendicular or parallel to the basic planes of the coordinate system. For example, I will create a chamfer here, okay, and I can choose this face as the sketch plane. And now this face is the sketch plane. On this face we can create further parts of the solid. And as you can see, step by step we can build a 3D model using the basic planes of the coordinate system and also the faces of the solid as sketch planes. But when it comes to creating sketches, now I will show you one way to create such a construction plane. I will create a new project. As you can see, in FreeCAD we can have several open projects. Here we can switch between these projects. Now we will create a construction plane based on auxiliary line. So first I will create some geometry. I will create geometry on the XZ plane. I will create a line here, for example 50 millimeters long at an angle of 30 degrees. Okay, now I will create a construction plane so that it is placed at the end of this line and is perpendicular to this line. Therefore, holding the Ctrl key, I select this point, then select this line, and now I choose the Create a Datum Plane command. And here, now this plane has been created in this way, but we have the option Normal to Edge, and this plane has been created at this location. We click OK, and now we can select this plane as a sketch plane and we can create some sketch here. We can create it anywhere. And now I will choose the extrusion operation and the solid has been created from the sketch plane. And now this solid was created in such a way that we have just created a sketch of this solid on the construction plane, and by using the extrusion of the sketch we created such a solid. Of course, during 3D modeling we can combine different methods based on one 3D model, and we can create sketches on the basic planes of the coordinate system, sketches on the faces of the solid, and sketches on construction planes. And using relatively simple shapes and simple 3D modeling operations, we can create quite complex 3D models. And all of this can be done in a fully free 3D modeling software, which is FreeCAD. And now we will move on to the next issues related to creating sketches. FreeCAD is a parametric system, which means that we work here with parameters and every geometry is described by parameters. When creating a sketch on the basis of which we built a 3D solid, the sketch also has parameters. I will now create a sample sketch. I will create a rectangle with dimensions, for example, 100 by 70 millimeters. And these dimensions are the parameters that we can change. I will also create a circle with a diameter of 20 millimeters and add a relation so that the center of this circle lies at the center of the rectangle. Okay, so the dimensions of the rectangle are parameters, the diameter of the circle is a parameter, and the fact that this circle is at the center of the rectangle is a relation created using a symmetry constraint. Now, based on such a sketch, I will create a solid. Here, when creating a solid of a certain height, the height of this solid is a parameter. And what does this mean? Now, at every stage of 3D modeling, we can go back to the sketch, for example, and we can change the selected parameter. Changes made in the sketch will be applied to the model. And here, as you can see, this sketch may not be visible in the operations tree, but this sketch was used for the path operation, and to edit this sketch, you need to expand the path operation. Double click here with the left mouse button or right click and select Edit Sketch. Now we can edit such a sketch. We can make changes here and these changes will be applied in the model. Similarly, we can make changes in the operation and those changes will also be applied in the model. And this is exactly the advantage of parametric 3D CAD systems, that if we need to make some changes, we don't have to rebuild the model from scratch. We just change the selected parameters. And now I will go to editing the sketch. I will create more geometries. I will create two circles roughly like this. And besides specifying specific dimensions for the circles, we can also use other dimensions as a parameter to define another geometry. I would like the diameter of this and that circle to be 5 millimeters smaller than the diameter of this circle. We can easily do this. I double-click the left mouse button on this dimension, and here I define the name of this parameter. I call this parameter D1. OK, now I select the dimensioning, specify the dimension of this circle, and here, instead of specifying a specific value of the dimension, I will use the equation. I type constraints as a constraint D1 to use the parameter defining the diameter of this middle circle. I type -5 millimeters because dimension D1 has units in millimeters, and here when we subtract something from this parameter, we also need to provide units. I click OK, and now the diameter of this circle is 5 millimeters smaller than the diameter of this circle. The diameter of this circle depends on the diameter of this circle, and if I now change the value of the diameter here to, for example, 22 millimeters, then the diameter of this circle will change. And now I would like the diameter of this circle to be the same as the diameter of this circle, so I add an equality constraint, and now the dimensions of these circles are linked, and if I make any changes here, then the diameters of these circles have changed. And now I would like to specify that these three circles are in one horizontal line. So I select the centers of these circles and choose the horizontal vertical constraint. And now these three circles lie in one horizontal line. Next, I would like to specify the distances between these circles so that these distances are 1/4 of the length of the side of the rectangle. We will also do this using an equation. First, I will name this dimension L1. OK, and we will do it so that we define a symmetry constraint between the centers of these smaller circles relative to the center of this larger circle. OK, now these circles are placed symmetrically, and we will add the distance between the centers of these circles as half the length of the side of the rectangle. Here I choose equations, I type constraints. Because dimensions are constraints, I choose L1, and here we divide it by 2 and click OK. And now if I change this dimension, the distances between these circles will also change. In this way, we can create and edit sketches in FreeCAD. At every stage of 3D modeling, we can go back to the sketch of the previous stage and make changes there. Now I create another sketch on this face, and when we create next sketches, the create external geometry command may be useful, which creates reference geometry to the previous part of the solid. I selected this command and clicked on this edge, and the reference geometry has been created on this edge, and now I can use this geometry as reference geometry. I can relate the sketch to this geometry. I can use this geometry to define the position of the new sketch. I will add dimensions here so that this sketch is fully constrained. OK, I close the sketch, and now I will create a pocket through all. OK, and now we can go back to the sketch of the first operation and we can make changes in this sketch. OK, we close the sketch and the changes have been applied to the model. Similarly, when creating a sketch for the next stage, we can use parameters from the earlier sketch. And here we will do it by removing these dimensions. I will create a construction line. This line will be a construction line, meaning it will be a line that is not used during the solid operation, but is used as auxiliary geometry. I will add a symmetry constraint here so that this line lies in the center of the solid. And I will also add a symmetry constraint so that this rectangle lies in the center of the solid. And now for the length of this rectangle, we will use an equation that utilizes the length of the solid. We select equations, and here, if we select constraints, we don't have any parameters here, because if we type in constraints, we can only use the parameters that are in the currently created sketch. Therefore, we need to first select the name of the previous sketch. In this case, it is sketch, then constraints, and now we can use the parameter L1, and for example, we will divide it by 3 and click OK. And now the length of the side of this rectangle is linked to the length of the solid. I close the sketch, and now I change the parameter L1, and we can also change this parameter without directly entering the sketch edit. We can go to sketch constraints properties and change the value of L1. For example, let's change it to 200 mm, and changes in the sketch have been made, and the length of this part of the solid has also been changed. I select the sketch again and change this parameter to, for example, 300 mm, and in this way we can edit the parameters of the sketch. And now, if I go to edit this sketch, the length of the side of this rectangle is 100 mm. Of course, we can also edit the parameters simply by going into the sketch edit, and here we can change the value of the parameter, and that will also cause changes in the solid. So, as you can see, creating a sketch is the foundation of building a 3D model in FreeCAD. It is really important if we are creating 3D models, and it is worth putting in the effort to master the Sketcher workbench, because in many cases creating a sketch takes the most time. It's worth practicing, it's worth mastering in order to discover as many possibilities of this workbench as possible, so that we can create these sketches efficiently. We will finish here. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to this channel.